What's going on, guys? It's Winter Soldier, and I'm back to bring you the 7.1.5 Beastmaster Guide. And you might be thinking to yourself, Winter, I just watched your video that said you were quitting your hunter, and you would be correct. And I'll tell you that story in a different video. But for now, just suffice it to say that I got a really lucky legendary, and was like, well, I guess I'm stuck playing hunter for the rest of the expansion. So, here we go. I'm here to talk to you about Beast Mastery. So, first and most important thing are your pets. You thought I was going to say talents, because that's what I thought I was going to say too, but really the most important thing is your pets. I said this in my earlier Beastmaster videos, and I'm going to say it again. If you don't have a rare pet, don't try to play Beast Mastery, okay? It's Beastmaster, not, let's collect the average pets, right? If you don't have like a unique rare pet, like the skull or something like that, consider getting a different pet, because they account for most of your damage. And if your pet doesn't look fly as hell, how do you expect your DPS to look fly as hell? Alright, so now let's go into talents. There's a couple of different setups you can do for Beastmaster. So if you're doing Mythic Plus, or you're doing a dungeon that requires, or raid that requires a lot of AoE, you're going to want to stick... Oh, fuck you, Porcupine. Trying to fucking talk to my subscribers here. Alright, if you're doing a lot of AoE, you want to go Dire Stables. The reason you want to do this is because you'll constantly be using Dire Beast. The Dire Beast will generate extra focus, and the extra focus can be used for extra multi-shots. If it's a single target fight, you can use Way of the Cobra, which is very good for single target only. And Big Game Hunter is essentially useless on almost everything. The only good places to use this are like Mythic Odin and Mythic Halls of Valor and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend it. So Way of the Cobra for single target, and Dire Stable for multiple targets, although both of them are very close together, so I like to stay Dire Stables. Next is Stomp, which makes your Dire Beast fly in and do damage in AoE, so naturally you want to use this. For AoE, you want to use Dire Frenzy for single target, and you want to use Chimera Shot if you hate doing good damage. This row is just your escapes, so that doesn't matter. This row is a little bit interesting, so you want to be using Blink Strikes most of the time. Blink Strikes is good in Mythic Pluses, Blink Strikes is good in AoE, Blink Strike is good in raids. The only time you want to be using Bestial Fury is on pure single target fights, or fights where you take Dire Frenzy. And the only time you should be taking Dire Frenzy is when it's a pure single target fight. Now you might notice that I have one with the pack selected, and that kind of ties into my story earlier, because I have the best in slot Beastmaster Hunter legendary called the Mantle of Command, which gives me 2 charges of Dire Beast. So if you are the lucky owner of one of these sets of shoulders, you want to go one with the pack over everything else. Blink Strikes if it's heavy AoE, otherwise you want to go one with the pack. And what that does is your auto shots have a 50% chance to reset your Dire Beast, and these shoulders give you an extra charge of Dire Beast, so you can constantly have Dire Beast rolling out. It's pretty crazy. It procs a lot. So one with the pack if you have the shoulders, otherwise Bestial Fury for single target, Blink Strikes for multi-target. You guys know what this row does. Binding Shot if you need to hold people in place, Wyvern Sting if you need to sleep someone, and Intimidation if you want your doggo to growl at them. For this row, you take a Murder of Crows on 1 to 3 targets. So if you only got 1 or 2 targets, like big boss fights, single target fights, you want to go Murder of Crows. You don't want to go Barrage right now because it's garbage. And for AoE, you want to go Volley. So AoE includes big AoE boss fights and Mythic Plus. So in this talent row, Stampede, in theory, is a good talent to choose from, except that it's a skill shot, and we're playing Huntards, so the chances of missing your skill shot are way more than you'd think, actually. I mean, the natural born enemy to Stampedes, you would think would be like walls and stuff, but it also includes slight declines, slight inclines, stairs, sometimes some posts will block your entire Stampede. This talent kind of makes Mufasa look like a bitch, because I think almost everything can get out of Stampede. But if you got a big group of stuff packed together, you want to choose Stampede. Otherwise, you want to go Killer Cobra, which will allow you, every time you use Cobra Shot while you're in Bestial Wrath, to use your kill command. And Aspect of the Beast, again, if you just don't like doing a lot of damage. So now that we've gone over that, there's not much to talk about gear-wise, although I will touch on a few things. The legendaries you want to be aiming for are the Mantle of Command, the belt, which is called the Roar of the Seven Lions, I think, and the boots. The legendary boots are pretty good too. Those are going to be your top three, and the trinket. A lot of people I see in the Hunter Discord always have trinket questions. What you want to be aiming for, ideally, is Bloodthirsty Instinct. The higher item level you can get, the better. That's a really strong trinket for Beast Mastery. And you also want to try to pick up the trinket off Spellblade Allurial, the Entwined Elemental Foci. That's a pretty strong. Anything that just has straight up stats on it. So I got this from Karazhan. It's just basically a stat stick with a bunch of mastery on it. Those are your go-to trinkets if you can get them. Definitely Bloodthirsty Instinct. That's hands down our best trinket, other than Kil'jaeden's Burning Wish, which is the legendary. So stat weights are something you're going to have to do yourself with Beast Mastery. The general priority you want to follow is mastery and critical. Mastery first, then agility. Mastery is more important than agility, and then critical strike. However, if you own the shoulders and you're playing with the talent one with the pack, it switches to critical strike. So here's my advice to you guys. I have a video in my channel about simming your own stat weights. I highly recommend you guys check it out, because that is going to give you the most accurate stat weights for your character. Everybody's different. So on my character, I prioritize crit way above mastery now. So you'll see I have items with like no mastery on them, and they're telling me it's upgrades. That's because I need a ton more crit than I have. So I can't give you a one-size-fits-all guide, but you want to be aiming for crit and mastery if you can. Something of note to talk to you about the weapon. Most of you guys have filled out your weapon already. If you haven't, you should get on it. You should start putting traits into your this one, because it gives you a lot of extra damage. Something to talk about here. When in my mastery video I told you that item level was the most important, in Beast Mastery item level doesn't matter at all. Okay? What you want to be going for with Beast Mastery is 3 specific traits. Any relic that gives you the Jaws of Thunder trait, which is the one I have highlighted on my screen, is your #1 in-slot relic, no matter what item level it is, because Jaws of Thunder does a ton of damage, okay? So if you could choose between a relic that gave you +8 item level or a relic that gave you Jaws of Thunder, you want to choose the Jaws of Thunder relic every time. Equal to that is the Pack Leader relics, which increases your kill command damage. So Jaws of Thunder and Pack Leader are the 2 traits you want to be looking for the most. Those are absolutely your most important relics. And then for AoE, you can get Furious Swipes, which is somewhere here, but it increases the damage of your Beast Cleave. Here we go. Increases damage dealt by Beast Cleave. So if you want to do AoE focused, you want Furious Swipes. Otherwise, you want to focus on Jaws of Thunder. Okay, because as a Beastmaster Hunter, you're not doing a lot of damage with your gun. Most of your damage is coming from your pets. So Jaws of Thunder and Pack Leader are your 2 best bets for your relic slots, and your item level is almost irrelevant. I mean, within reason. Sure, it helps to have a higher item level weapon so you can get accepted into groups that have ridiculous requirements, but if you really want to maximize your DPS, you want to go for Jaws of Thunder and Pack Leader as your 2 traits. And that's pretty much all there is to say for traits. Now, let me fly back to the shrine while I talk to you guys about the rotation for Beast Mastery. And this is a snooze fest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If you came here for engaging play, you are not in the right place, because Beastmaster is boring as fuck. But I will go over the rotation for you. So if we were doing a single target rotation, the priority system is pretty simple. You want to use Kill Command whenever it's available, which is why I have it set to 1. You want to use Dire Beast whenever it's available, which is why I have it set to 2. And you want to use Cobra Shot only if you have at least 90 focus. So this rotation is very slow, and you're going to be tempted to blow your Cobra Shots to like fill in the gaps avoid that temptation, because you always want to prioritize having focus for Kill Command and Dire Beast. So only if your focus goes over 90 do you want to hit this button, with some exceptions. So when you're in, if you have the talent Killer Cobra and you're in Bestial Wrath, then you want to be using Cobra Shot, then Kill Command, then Cobra Shot, then Kill Command, then Cobra Shot, then Kill Command. So let me go over the opener with you. So right now, I have Volley, Dire Beast, and Stomp. So these would be my AoE talents, but the single target rotation is almost identical. The only thing that might be different for you guys is I have 2 charges of Dire Beast instead of 1 because of my shoulders. So let me put on my Volley. So a typical opener, you would use your pre-pot at 2. If you had a Murder of Crows for single target, you'd use this first. Then you'd use your big cooldowns. You would summon your Dire Beasts, and then you'd use Titan's Thunder. And the reason you want to use Titan's Thunder after is because Titan Thunder applies to Dire Beasts that are out on the field, but not ones that you summon. So they have to be on the field when you use Titan's Thunder. So that's important to know. And I recently changed to an Orc. I'm not going to grab my passive out now. So let's say we were about to pull. I don't have Murder of Crows, so I would pre-pot at 2. I would go Bestial Wrath, Aspect of the Wild, Kill Command, Dire Beast, Titan's Thunder, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Dire Beast, Kill Command, Dire Beast, Cobra Shot, and then we're back to our normal rotation. So I'm above 90 focus, Kill Command, Dire Beast, Bestial Wrath, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Dire Beast. I have another Dire Beast, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Dire Beast. You notice my Bestial Wrath ticking down. That's all there is to it, guys. It's real boring, but it's real simple. So it's only 2 buttons you got to worry about. 3 buttons, I should say. Obviously, you've got your standard heal, disengage, aspect of the cheetah, aspect of the turtle, flare, stuns, interrupts, stuff like that. But for your basic DPS rotation, it's all about doing as much damage in your Bestial Wrath windows as you possibly can. And that's really all there is to it. The only thing that changes is adding in Murder of Crows for single target. Your buttons are going to be the same because Dire Frenzy replaces Dire Beast. So you're still going to be using that on cooldown. You're still going to be using a Murder of Crows on cooldown, and nothing changes if you change these 2 talents. So just to recap, Kill Command when it's on cooldown, Dire Beast when it's off cooldown, and Cobra Shot when it's above 90 focus. That's all there is to it, guys. Just want to talk to you real quick about enchants. I still run plus mastery, and on my neck, right now I'm running Mark of the Trained Soldier, which gives you 600 mastery, but you could also do Mark of the Claw if you have the shoulders. I should probably switch to that, but my neck piece isn't that great, so I'm not worried about it for now. For food, you still want to do mastery food, so Barracuda Murgle Burgle Gurgle if you're cheap like me, or Nightborn Delicacy Platter if you can afford it. And for flasks, you want Flask of the Seventh Demon, and Potion of Prolonged Power should be the one you pop, because that and the Potion of Deadly Grace do almost identical damage, and the Potion of Prolonged Power is way, way cheaper, so it'll save you a bunch of money. And that's all there is to it, guys. I might put out a boss-specific talent guide for hunters once I'm done clearing Heroic Emerald Nightmare and getting into Mythic. But that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Enjoy the No Dubstep. If you like the video, leave a like. I'm going to be putting out some more videos real quick in the future. One is going to be why I stayed as Hunter. I'll tell you that story. And the other is going to be talking about going into 7.2. And then another is going to be probably that boss-specific guide on the Nighthold. But let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and I'll get it out to you. Happy hunting, guys.